Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling. And man, I really appreciate you guys checking today's video out and spending some of your day with me. And we're going to be talking about the Freestyle Megabass Magdraft today. This is the completely different than the regular Magdraft. I'll show you the two here. This is the Magdraft that most people are familiar with. It has the fixed weight underneath it, and they got the treble hook that hangs like that underneath it. But guys, this is the Freestyle that comes with no hook in it, and there's two different ways to rig this, and there's a lot of different applications that you need to get the Freestyle over just the regular Magdraft here. So we're going to get into that today's video because this is an excellent lure for the summertime fishing. Going to get you guys clued in on all that info here. Also, guys, before we get started, a couple quick things here. Just want to invite everybody to please consider hitting that subscribe button here to the channel. That'd be much appreciated. Also, anybody interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me, you can do that by going to my Facebook page, Randy Blockett Professional Angler, and just shoot me a private message. And one final thing, guys, in preparation for Father's Day, Solar Bat has a Father's Day sale on my Signature Series glasses. You can get them at 30% off right now. And any purchase over $98, you get a free pair of Solar Bat safety glasses. So I'll put that link in the description if you guys are interested. Really appreciate you listening to the plugs there. Okay, guys, this is sort of like, I don't know why this thing's not more popular, because a lot of people are not even aware Megabass makes this Freestyle Magdraft here. Now, the only difference is it's the exact same size, exact same profile as the hook model, but there's no hook in it, and it's got a slot underneath it for a single hook here. I'm gonna show you guys how to rig this thing up. There's two different ways to rig it that we're gonna go over. And first of all, I'm going to show you how to rig it, the two different rigging applications, and then we're going to get into the conditions that you need to fish the Freestyle over the regular one here. Now, the first one, guys, that I use, this is this is called I think this is an Owner Beast here, super large. I think this is an 8/0 wide gap. It's got a hook, or it's got a weight on the belly here that's affixed to the lead, and it's got a little spinner on it here. And also, guys, I'll link all this in my Tackle Warehouse link. I'll link the Freestyle Magdraft and all the terminal tackle to rig it up with here. You can use that link in the description. But anyway, guys, the thing about this, on this particular one here, I'm gonna show you guys how to rig this. You just come in and just screw this little screw lock into it. Now, a lot of it has to do also with the type of cover that you're going to fish. And sometimes these Freestyles are going to be more conducive to some type of lakes versus other ones. So it just really depends on the water that you fish, if this is going to be applicable. But for most lakes across the country, most man-made lakes, there's going to be situations where this thing is going to work. So I'm going to screw it in like that. And then you come up underneath it into the gap right there, just like you would like rigging a Texas rig worm or something. And there's also a gap on the top there that you come out of. You can see there I'm coming out the top, and it just lays in there just like this. So that's the setup with it. So this thing is completely weedless like this. Now let's talk a little bit about this particular rigging application, and then we're going to talk about the other one here. This is designed if you want to fish the Magdraft in places that you cannot fish the hook model because it's going to get hooked up. So this is going to be really, really good for fishing around shallow grass. You can throw this around any type of shallow aquatic vegetation. You can throw it through lily pads. You can throw it any place where you're going to get snagged. You can skip it under docks. You can throw it in lay down trees, anything like that. Now, if you don't want the extra weight here, guys, you can actually buy this hook without the weight on there. Or you can nip some of it down, and you don't even have to have the spinner. The only time that I really like the spinner model here is if I'm fishing over submergent grass, but I'll show you the one that doesn't have the spinner on it here. There's something about fishing it over grass that they really like, but you can also get it, get the hook. Got all my tackle here, I'm all messed up here. But you can also get them just, with it bare like that. But for any time that I'm slow rolling this thing over shallow grass, I do like the spinner on there. And then I'll use the one without the spinner if I'm throwing it around lay down trees or something in that setup there. But anytime that you're worried about getting hung up, this is the way that you want to rig it here. Okay, now the other setup here is when I'm going to rig it for ledge fishing. Now this is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to use just an open large jig head. This is just like a 5/0 jig head. It's got the screw lock on it again. And I'm gonna come in the top, just go real careful, come right through we're gonna go right through that same slot and come out there, put it in there, and you're gonna have a jig head like this. Now this is the way that I fish it here, guys, for deep fishing in the summertime. Something like this would be killer for all like the TVA lakes on there, any type of a ledge lake, Gunnersville, Chickamauga, Kentucky Lake, just slow rolling this thing around those ledges. Also, guys, slow rolling this thing off the end to deep points, like in the summertime. Same places you're fishing like a football head jig or a big worm or a deep diving crankbait. You can throw this Megabass Freestyle in there with this exposed hook on there and you know, definitely catch a lot of fish with that. But that's the two primary rigging things with that. Now, these are situational, obviously. I mean, anytime that you're dealing with a weedless model like this, it's you know, it's just something you've got to have in your box that, you know, allows you to more efficiently fish the cover. Most of the time, the hook model here, just the regular Megabass Magdraft, is going to be the thing you want to use, because most of my Magdraft fishing is either coming by a target or out in open water or just on bare banks or something like that. So I don't really need it to be weedless. But in situations where I do want it to be weedless, the Freestyle is definitely going to be the way to go. A couple different situations where I've caught them on it. I've caught them on it pretty good on the Freestyle, like Sam Rayburn Lake, for example, like over some of the grass beds there. I've caught them in Florida on it, slow rolling some of the grass beds. That's going to be the applications for the weedless model. And for the deep model, or the exposed hook model, it's going to be ledge fish. And I had one tournament on Kentucky Lake. Well, actually, I was fishing Lake Barkley, where I was cranking river ledges out there, and I was on a school of fish. And after I exhausted catching them on a crankbait and catching them on a hair jig, I got them fired up again with that Magdraft, just with the exposed hook on there, and was able to keep catching them, keep that school fired up with that. But anyway, guys, I'll link everything in the description. Situational, get you a couple of those freestyles there. Always good to have a few in your box, and hope it helps you guys catch a few. We'll talk later.